Hi, I'm Betsy Hicks, and I'm the CEO of Elementals Living, and I'm joined here today with Dr. John Hicks. And today we want to talk to you about the power of being well and how easy it can be. I'm sure a lot of you have said, well, I've gone to many different doctors, I've tried many different types of treatments, but I want to bring together today for you the best of both worlds. Dr. Hicks is a board-certified pediatrician, but he also sees adults as well, and he blends the best of both worlds. He was trained traditionally, but now he practices holistic medicine. He understands both sides of the story, and he helps bridge them together. So today I thought I would help you understand a little bit more about the protocol that Dr. Hicks does with his patients and how he's able to take you from wherever you're at to a wonderful place of health. Dr. Hicks, tell me about the 6 different, you really pretty much look at 6 different areas when you're looking at every child, every adult, every disease, or every situation of wellness. You're looking at 6 systems. Tell me about those systems. What's the first one?
Well, basically you start with digestion and nutrition, because that's the building blocks of everything. Because you heard it said, you are what you eat, and for a long time medicine has been arguing that point, but I think the reality is those are the cornerstones of what builds us and makes us what we are today. So if we don't have good nutrition, then our systems are not going to function well. So that's really where you have to start. Are you digesting and absorbing your food? Do you have normal bacteria? Do you have abnormal things growing, which is going to affect your absorption, and then how you use that food.
Interesting. So what's the second one?
Well, then from that system, probably the next really important piece would be looking at detoxification.
Yes.
How do we clear things? How do we regulate our hormones? Do we clear what we're being exposed to in the environment every day? And if we're not, then what is it we need to do to help accomplish that?
Great. And next?
Next would probably be the immune system, because that's one of the big issues that we see today, so much more autoimmune disease. And if your immune system is in an attack mode, then it's producing many more antibodies, and it can lose the sense of who you are, so it can start to attack your tissues.
Great. And the fourth one?
Fourth one would be hormones. And this seems to be a huge issue with a lot of people, and a lot of that has to do with nutrition.
Sure.
Unbelievably, that if we don't get those good fats, then the core of our hormones isn't working, and then our hormone really doesn't work. So a lot is really coming back again to that core basis of nutrition.
And then the brain?
Next would be the brain, and probably the #1 diagnosis that's today is anxiety, and that has a lot to do with your neurotransmitters. So you've got one side of neurotransmitters, dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine, which is controlled by methylation. Methylation also affects your hormones. So this is part of the detox. So everything is really interrelated, and I think that's the big piece that holistic medicine brings to the picture. I mean, there are a lot of medications that can help. So then my question is, if you need a medication, why? And if we can get to the underlying cause of that and can work on that, then you're not going to need to stay on the medication forever. And that's really my goal, is to help your body be as well as it can be, because it really knows how to be well, wants to be well. So then probably one of the most important pieces, but I've left it to last, is emotions. What we think, what we feel really impacts how our body works. And we are energetic, and our thoughts are energy. So what we think, what we believe, all impacts our health. So the whole idea is, if you believe you can be better, you can be better. If you don't believe that, then getting better for you is going to be a lot harder.
It's wonderful to hear. I appreciate that perspective, because it's so unique, and it really isn't out there in a lot of mainstream medicine, and even in holistic medicine, you don't find that wonderful combination as much. So tell me about the different ways that you can work with people. I know you do a huge variety of ways to help customize a treatment plan for any individual.
Well, a big piece of it is, if There's a lot of testing that can be done so you get numbers you can look at. And there's a lot of people that really want that. And so we can do that. And you can look at each of these systems through tests. And it gives you a basis of where you are. Then you can follow that. Blood, urine, stool. Yeah, you can do all of those things. You can look, you know, if you're worried about autoimmune disease, you can look for autoantibodies. You can see what the immune shift is. I mean, you can find out a lot of stuff. And you can even look at your DNA. And that's really the personal perspective, because you can then personally tailor the treatment to you specifically, because nobody else has your DNA.
Fabulous. What about some more holistic type kinesiology,
well,
perhaps?
We do applied kinesiology, which is using the energy system of your body and your muscles. Everything exists has an electromagnetic signature. And so when you hold something, your body will say this is either good or bad. And one of the neatest experiments with that was done by Dr. Hawking. And what he did was, in this audience, he had 1,000 people. And he had 1,000 organic apples and 1,000 regular apples. And what he did was have each person pick up a bag, and the person next to him would arm test them for muscle strength. And what they found was they tested weak when they had the regular apples and strong when they had the organic apples. So your body knows, even if it's disguised, even if it's in a bag, it knows what's good for you. So, you know, that's the whole point of healing. Your body knows.
Wonderfully said.
So it's feeding into that system. So you can do things that way.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. To have an appointment with Dr. Hicks, you may call 262-740-3000, extension 10, or visit us on our website at www.elementalsliving.com. Thanks for joining us.